Hey there, guys. So this Thursday on Global, we're getting the EX stage for Noctis for the Dagger. Now, this Thursday, I've actually got something to do. I'm going to be relatively busy for the majority of the day. So I won't really have time to make a video of this on Global until probably very late Thursday evening. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the fight right now on the JP server. I'll explain the fight, I'll show you a really powerful clear to get it done with all missions, and then on Thursday, probably very, very late, I will go back and do a budget run. So we're going to go to the final stage, which is a two-part stage. The missions are no items, 10 turns or less in total, and then royal category only. Now the royal mission is the middle one for the lapis. If you can't build a royal only party, don't worry about it. Either put it off till later or skip it. The important one is 10 turns or less for the enhanced material to make the dagger, and we're definitely going to do that. But I'm going to do an all mission clear on JP, and you can bring a friend. I'm not going to, but you know, grab a royal friend if you can. And we're going to go with this party. Now, like I said, this is going to be the kind of powerful clear. In fact, we're even going to use Prompto, who, as we know, is not going to be available on Global. But when I have time to play with it on Global, Thursday evening, I'll hopefully make a more budget run. But just to show you the fight, we're going to take a royal-only party in here. We're going to be taking Noctis as our leader, Tyvis to deal some damage as well. Prompto is going to be our breaker, Rosa for the buffing, and Steiner for the covering, etc. Let's go ahead and use one of my keys. I don't use these too often, but the event is over in JP. Okay, so stage one is two humans, the red giants. They're humans. It's two targets, so you want to bring some AoE, etc. Now, on turn one, they are just going to do AoE physical damage. We're going to evade, auto-cover it with Steiner. So what we're going to do with this, Rosa is going to fill her LB because mine's only EX1. And then we're going to go ahead and do just light imbue, which is going to imbue the party and give us small amplify. Then we're going to do LB with Prompto's base form. That'll AoE break by 89%, 150 light in peril. It's also AoE bolting strike frames. We're going to shift it LB Tyvis, same thing. And Noctis, unfortunately, is single target only. So we're going to just single target with him. And we're going to target one of them. So let's go ahead and deal some damage right here. There we go. Now, we didn't have like a stat buff, LB buff, anything like that. So that was a relatively small damage turn, but that's totally fine. Now we're just going to use Steiner to refill LB gauge for the party. So here's some AoE physical damage. Again, not really a problem. We're auto-covering it with Steiner. So we're going to go ahead and just reload Steiner and do his thing again. And we're going to LB with Rosa. There we go. And now we can just LB again. So we're going to change target to the other one, which is higher in health. And now we're going to go ahead and do some LB yet again. And this, now that we have Rosa's buff, we should finish both of them off. We didn't. Oh well, that's okay. So some fixed damage because, we kind of didn't quite finish them off, but that's not that big a deal. So we'll go ahead and just use a heal on Rosa as well as some LB fill, and we'll go ahead and burst yet again. Hopefully we get the LBs. Looks like we did. Now, the bad news is, big sad face on Tyvis. Oh well. Oh well. He is a trance shift, so it's actually going to make the next fight a little bit trickier. Not really, honestly speaking. Well, he's in the base form now. That does kind of suck a little bit, but oh well. So this fight is, don't forget, we have 5 turns. 1, 2, no, we only did 3 turns in the first. We have 7 turns left. We're going to do it. We're going to do it in way less than 10 turns. So these are both undead enemies, the Necromancer and the Skeleton. The Necromancer does status effects, single target death, AoE dark magic, some physical damage as well. And the Skeleton does AoE fire damage and some physical damage. So what we're going to do, we're going to have Rosa do light imbue, and we'll do some AoE resist buffing. We'll go ahead and do LBs with these. Unfortunately, Tyvis is now in the base form. You know what? It's almost worth just... I'm thinking. Nah, we'll do his LB. Whatever. So let's go ahead and... Let's go ahead and do this. Unfortunately, because... it's working out okay. It's fine. It's fine. So let's go ahead and have Steiner now. We're going to cover. We're going to do a mitigation. And I guess... I don't know. Whatever, another mitigate. It doesn't really matter that much, honestly speaking. So we have resistance from Rosa, as well as some mitigation from Steiner. We should be fine. Completely honest here. Oh, yeah. Very minimal damage. Well, then again, that hurt it a little bit, but it's fine. So now, let's go ahead and have Rosa do her SLB. Let's have Prompto do his LB fill. Let's do his modifier buff, and let's do a bigger break on the one down here. Let's have Noctis do his amplify, his mod buff, and we'll fill his LB. Let's have Tyvis do kind of the same thing. Tyvis will do a field, modifier buff, amplify, and fill his LB. And Steiner can just LB, whatever. I should have done it to the other one. Whoops. Oh well. So we didn't do a good break on the top guy. With all the resistance though, it doesn't really matter. And there it is. So now we're going to use Rosa to Undead Killer on Noctis. You know what, actually? Noctis is single target, Prompto is AoE, and so is Tyvis. So we're going to go ahead and just Undead Killer those two. Because stupid Noctis is single target, unfortunately. So we're going to go ahead and target the Necromancer, and this will probably kill now that we have the amplifiers and all. And if it doesn't, that like really overkilled. Oh yeah, we're super good. And there it is. There we're done. So like I said, this was like a powerful clear, and if you can't do the Royal category only, then just bring like your best units. Bring Hayo, bring Richt, bring whatever, and blow it up. Skip the Lapis mission, come back later. But on Thursday, I will try to do a budget Royal only without like Noctis, Prompto, etc. Anyway, I'll show you the gear. I mean, the gear doesn't matter, honestly. Just, you know, damage with Prompto, human versus human and undead killer. There it is. Status immunity as well. Noctis, same thing. Human, undead killer, maxed on everything. Tyvis, same thing. Human, undead killer, maxed on everything. There it is. And then Rosa is the provoker with immunities and mana reduction. And Steiner is the evasion, you know, mana reduction so we can fill LB gauge. And there it was. There was our clear. So not super duper hard. That was 6 turns total. We could have done a 5-turn clear if we had done a little bit quicker in the first fight, but whatever. It didn't matter. So there it is. There is the damage breakdown. Don't forget Tyvis is AoE, Noctis is not, but Noctis still did a lot of damage. And then Prompto is mostly a breaker. But there's the stage, so we'll be going back to that on Thursday on Global, where I will try to do a more budget run. But there's the way to do it for now. See you then.